Alright guys, how we going? I'm gonna get right into it on this video. I did a video about saying why you should buy this mower. There's a couple caveats and things I left out of that video by accident, so I'm gonna add them on this one. It's a continuation. Still think it's a good mower to buy. This is just gonna be a continuation with things that you should consider. Some of the things are gonna be specific to this John Deere, and some of them are gonna be just belt drive walk behinds in general. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started with the list. The first thing to consider before you buy this deck is the fact that it is a fixed deck. Right here, see right where the casters are? You're going to have to pull that pin out every time and lift that up and take the wheels out and put these spacers in and out and adjust it to the height that you want. It's going to go from 1 inch up to 4 inches. Now, that's not that big of a deal. It just depends on, number one, how annoyed do you get by it and how much work you're doing. Like, I'm doing 6 to 10 lawns a day. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't bother me at first, but throughout the day it gets annoying, especially when you have a lot of customers that want a lot of different heights. Some want it really low, some want it 4 inches, and you keep having to lift up on the mower, slide the wheels out, move the height up and down. But once again, this mower is fixed deck. Now, a lot of the newer mowers, a lot of the hydro drive mowers have floating decks. It'd be nice if this had a lever or something you could lift it up and raise it up, but it doesn't. But like I said, that's just one thing to consider. So we're gonna move on from that one. The next thing to think about is, I talked about this in the last video, and it's gonna be a continuation on this video, is this is not specific to it being a John Deere, because it is what it is, but it's just the type of mower. It's a belt drive. And with that being said, it might matter to you, it might not. Hear me out. If you're mowing a lot of wide open area, it's not going to matter to you that you do not have a reverse. Since this is a gear drive mower, you have to shift it in all the gears. And with that being said, there is no true reverse on any belt drive mower. It's going to be a reverse assist, which means the mower is going to give a little bit when you put it in reverse, but for the most part, you have to manually pull it out and get it into position. And that becomes a problem when you're dealing with tighter, smaller spaces. Like fenced-in backyards, you have to predetermine where you're going so you don't get yourself stuck. Because if you're doing, like I said, 6 to 10 lawns a day, it gets exhausting really fast trying to pull that mower out. And the reason it gets so exhausting is because this mower is about 575 pounds. But like I said, that's not just specific to the John Deere. That is going to be every walk behind mower. All right, moving on to the third one. The next one we're going to talk about is the pistol grip. I'm gonna show you guys right here. See this? This is on a lot of older hydro and walk behind mowers. This is an older model. I believe this is like a 2004. And a lot of guys in the business start developing carpal tunnel in your wrist. Because see, to operate it, to turn left and right, you have to squeeze on the brake. You have to squeeze on this trigger and get the maneuver from left to right. Squeeze this one, turn left, squeeze this one, turn right. And what happens is, I've even noticed this too, the more lawns you do, at the end of the day, you will feel that fatigue in your wrist. And it'll start to burn and ache a little bit. But like I said, it's the cost of admission. Like I said, this is a $400 mower. Or at least that's what I paid for. So, I mean, I'm saving a lot of money here. It's what can you live with? But like I said, over the course of the day, that does start to wear on you. But like I said, it just depends on where you guys are in your lawn mowing career. If you're just doing a few lawns, you're just trying to upgrade up from a 21, 22 inch mower, and you're not really doing that many lawns, it might not be a big a deal. But somebody like me, I notice myself doing a bunch of lawns, and I already have 2 other ride-on mowers and like 2 22-inch mowers. So this is my 5th mower. I'd rather just sit it out and upgrade to a hydro. So it just depends on where you're at, the stage of the career, what's going to work best for you. And the third one, I touched on this in the first video, is parts, availability, and compatibility. One of the main reasons I wanted to walk behind in the first place is because I heard they were easy to work on and the parts were relatively cheap. Meaning, if you have a Kawasaki engine, which most of them have, that's rock solid. Those engines are bulletproof. So unless somebody just really abused the mower, you're not going to have an issue with the engine. So the other major expense that you come across in repairs is the transmission. And what I didn't realize until I bought this mower is most of your mowers, your Exmart, your Toro, your Skag, your Gravely, your Club Cadet, your Bobcat Ransoms, all of those run on a Peerless transmission. There's like 3 models. I think there's a Peerless 7, 5, and 9. And depending on which mower you have, you can buy that transmission on Amazon for, I think the least I seen it for was $175, and the most I seen it for was $375. And you could just look up on YouTube and put it on yourself. It's not that big of a deal. I saw a lot of guys said they've had the same mower for 15 years. They're on their 3rd and 4th transmission because it's a relatively inexpensive fix. Well, the problem I ran into that is going to be specific to this mower is John Deere has their own transmission from this, which I believe you have to get from them, which means I can't find it on Amazon. I have to go to Ag Pro to get the transmission, and they quoted me at $2,200. Granted, I know that's not the cost of the transmission, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And buying it from them for the labor and the transmission, that's what it's going to cost. I think we might have found one somewhere and it was around $800 to $1,000. But once again, that's a lot more than what the Peerless transmission is. And like I said, the main reason I wanted to get into the mower was to have the cheap parts for easy repairs. So guys, what's going to be better for you in your situation? And these are things to consider. Once again, I'm not discouraging from this mower. It's a great mower. Just depends on what your needs are and where you're at in your career. As far as walk behinds go, I wouldn't spend more than $600 on one, and I would never buy one new because a new one's going to cost more than $3,000. And for $3,000, guys, you can get a phenomenal hydro mower. So that's where I'm at. That's where I stand. Like I said, this is just a continuation from the other video. Hope to help you guys out. Please like, subscribe, stick tuned to the channel.